game of chess is like a sword fight.
Hey everybody, Portland Chess Shop here to bring you the chess action, and we have Grandmaster Sauerkraut playing white against International Master Sir John as black. And you can see it's a pretty even match. White has led out with sort of a classical d4 setup. An exchange was made on the d5 square, opening up a half-open file, E file for purple, and a half-open C file for Sauerkraut. So we see that this is a key square in this position. The bishop's defending, and the knight and the bishop are knight, bishop, and queen are attacking, but the pawn is defending as well, and the rook. So it was like 3 attacking, 3 defending. So here we had an exchange. Knight takes bishop, because bishops are awesome. This knight has the option of taking the bishop, which could be good. We see that black is ready to play b4, so the knight moves prophylactically. I could imagine a sacrifice. Takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Oh, so b5 has been attacked, but pawn takes pawn. So now we have the the queen takes back. This is a 1-minute game, so it's pretty fast. It's hard to even commentate on it. So some exchanges were made, and the position is opening up a little bit. The knight moves to f4, attacking the rook. The rook moves over. Okay, so now he's using the pawns that he has in the center, because I think white is up some pawns. Definitely. There's a pin made, and now an exchange. So the knight is pinned. The rook attacks the queen. The queen moves. Now the rook is also pinned. This position looks troublesome for purple. Purple is also down 5 seconds. The bishop moves to c4, attacking f7. The rook moves up, so it's interesting that white is not choosing to use this open h file yet. Now he does. He moves his queen over here, threatening checkmate. It is mate.
Checkmate.
We got another game. Sir John and Sauerkraut in a bullet chess match. We see Sauerkraut using a hyper-modern setup, and white has strong control of the center. d5 is played, and the middle has opened up. f6 is played, which is interesting. Now the light squares for black are very weak. We see that this piece is strong. The bishop takes the pawn. Oh, because of there was a pin on the pawn. The queen had pinned the pawn. Now purple Sauerkraut is able to castle queenside, which looks risky, but also awesome. So he has to break the center immediately because it's pretty risky. His queen is vulnerable, like rook b1 is going to be attacking squares near the king. So now the knight takes back, and now the queen's going to have to move. Queen moves. This square looks weak. Oh, but the knight defends it once. The position is sort of holding by a thread for purple, but at the same time, purple's up a lot of time, and he is up a pawn. Developing the knight is risky, because then things like bishop takes c6 are almost possible, because this bishop will no longer be defended. The queen moves up. It could be eyeing a square like this to try to set up some sort of a checkmate attack. So white's going to have to attack very quickly. This is the key factor. This is what Sauerkraut has been playing for in this game. He's been playing much faster than his opponent. The knight invades. The queen moves over, and now there's an exchange made. The dark square bishops are exchanged, but the queen comes down. The queen is very dangerous down here. Now the knight is attacked. The knight has to move. There's an open file. The bishop is very strong. It looks like white's position is stronger. The queen moves back. The rook is attacking. Now there might be a trade. No, the queen retreats, and there is a trade. Pawn goes up, and now it's an all-out blitz fest. This is really just who could play faster. It's pretty even in position. I think the purple king is a little bit weaker. King comes up, there's another check, you can take it, and now there's a trade. This position favors white, but white runs out of time. So Sauerkraut really used his time pretty effectively in that game. So we see another match, very fast. f4 is played. This is going to be similar to the king's gambit. Now he plays e4, so now it's more like a Grand Prix attack. The bishop comes down, exchanges. This is attacked twice, but the queen comes up. So this pawn is on e4, and he's exchanged the bishop. This is the same color. The knight retreats. The rook's going to come to the center. Yeah, very good. So white controls this square, which means that his position has a little bit more space. Here comes g4. g4 is great. g5 can be possible, kicking the knight. The knight is attacked, but the pawn moves in as an in-between move. The queen moves up. The knight retreats. And h4 is played, solidifying this so that f5 could be played. The knight comes over. Now this knight is attacked. The knight has to go forward. Pawn up is played. This is a sacrifice. The knight moves over. And now, queen could have taken here, which opens up lines. It could be good. Pawn takes pawn. The bishop is pretty strong here, but there's no longer the queen here, so he's not threatening some sort of checkmating attack. The knight moves up, it takes this pawn, but now the knight is attacked, and these squares are weak. But also, this bishop is defending on f8, which is pretty good. So in this position, purple seems to have won a few pawns, which could be really powerful, really good. I'm not sure how he can dislodge this knight. He doesn't have any bishop. This knight, it takes 4 squares for this knight to attack that in this shape because you have to go like dun 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 dun. So the bishop moves to the center. White still has a good position, but it's pretty dangerous. In terms of time, white is down on time, which means that I think the position, considering that factor, favors purple. The rook does take, trying to open up lines, and now he's going for a checkmating attack. He's going for f6 for mate. So the bishop has to come over, and there's an exchange made, and the queen gets a check. This is very good. Now he has this passed pawn, which he could use, but the knight comes forward. The knight also defends this pawn, which the rook was attacking. The king moves up. The king's going to move again. Let's see if he has another check. He does. He plays king over, and now the knight is pinned. The queen has to retreat, and now there's another check. The king has to retreat, and this knight likely will fall. After check, I think maybe it would have fallen, but okay, so purple is up 3 pawns. He's going to be able to do this pretty quickly. White runs out of time. I think he could have finished that in 4 seconds. Here comes another chess game. So GM Sauerkraut has white against bad connection. This time, Sauerkraut's a favorite in this 1-minute match. He takes the entire center. It looks like e4 could fall. He exchanges, and now he takes with the bishop. The bishop takes on this square. The queen came there, and now the queen. But now this pawn up forces the knight to retreat. So that must have been the idea behind his plan. Here, this pawn could exchange here if it likes. He wants to do it with tempo. He can't take back because then the bishop would fall. So now this pawn falls, and the rook is pretty strong on this open line. The rook comes back, and now we could see a move with the queen. We do. Now the knight is on the corner, which knights in the rim are dim. Pawn up, defending the knight. Rook moves over. We might see the rook go to the 7th rank. We might not, because there would be some sort of checkmating tactics on this weak square. So white will need to move one of these pawns up soon. The pawn moves up to attack the knight, so the knight has to move somewhere. Black decides to give up because he just is down a pawn. I don't know. So we see a queen's gambit type position. We see Sauerkraut take this time. He played differently last time. Now we may see a b5. No, we see pawn to d5 first by white. White trying to break through first. He decides to play knight over. The bishop has to retreat, and now he takes it. Oh, that's kind of a good idea. Now, white resigns again. White is on tilt. I recommend trying to, play the game out if you're bad connection.
A game of chess is like a sword fight. You must think first, right? Before you move.